Hi, my name is George Grijalva, and I'm a carpet cleaner just like you. And this is my ABCs of carpet cleaning. We're at my customer's house, and I'm going to teach you step by step how to go out there and clean carpets and impress your customers and be the best carpet cleaner in your community. So let's go. Now let's go meet our customer. I'm so excited. Good morning.
Good morning, George.
This is our customer, Liz, and she was so nice to let us come and film this at her home. This is a real community, so you might have just heard a car go by. Now, when you go to a customer's house, you want to make sure that they feel comfortable, and they see your van, they see your nice uniform, and you want to make sure you brand your company logo. And I like to bring a menu, and I like to bring one that has pictures that show everything that we do, because pictures they speak louder than 1,000 words. And then on the back, it talks about our company and our process. And I like to give them a couple business cards so they can look at that and go, wow, he's a professional company. He's got a business card. I like to give them a pen. This is a great promotional advertising because they'll keep pens around for a while. People love pens. So I like to give them the entire package and let them know that once I do a great job for them, that they have a couple cards that they can recommend to their family and friends. And on the back, there's one room free with the purchase of 3. So this is Liz, and I'm so excited to clean her house today. So you ready to get started?
Come on in.
All right. Whenever you go to a person's home, you want to make sure that you make a really good first impression. So I like to use reusable shoe covers. There's disposable ones out there, but they fill up the landfills. They cost a lot of money monthly. I love these because they're very durable, and it really impresses the customer when you have a high-quality boot cover like this. You just put them on before you do the walkthrough. And it's telling the customer you have a lot of respect for their home. Step number 1 is your walkthrough. This is really important. You want to go through the home with the customer and pay attention to what their needs are. You want to do more listening than you do talking. And when they show you stains, you want to be excited about removing them for them. But you want to also make sure that they understand that you can only do so much. And you'll do everything humanly possible with science, technology, and education to remove that. But some stains are permanent. So Liz, do you have any stains in your home?
There is one next to my bed in the bedroom. I think it's an ink stain.
An ink stain?
Yeah.
Now that's a tough stain. Have you tried to get it out yourself?
Not a whole lot, a little bit.
That's great.
Yeah.
My recommendations is whenever you get a stain that you're thinking, I might need a professional for that, leave it. Don't try to touch it. Even if it stays on the carpet for a little while until your next cleaning, we're going to have a lot better chance by removing that because we have specific stain removers for all different types of stains, whether it be coffee, wine, ink, grease. And so I'm really glad that you didn't mess with it too much. So why don't we go ahead and do a walkthrough, and I'll take a look at that ink stain and see if I can help you.
Okay.
Now, part of your walkthrough, there's 2 ways that you can do this. You just got to use common sense. Sometimes when you're doing your walkthrough with the customer, you want to just follow them and walk through and seem very concerned about everything that they're showing you and then measure afterwards. Well, I like to measure as much as I can with them along the way because I like to show off my electronic measuring tape. They haven't usually seen one of these before, so it makes me look a little more professional than the next guy. What you do is you put it on the wall, you push a button, and it tells me that that's 13 feet across there. And it's also got a laser that's kind of neat too, so they see a little dot going across there. Then what you can also do is you go in the living room about here, bounce it off the window, and then you get 17 feet. What's great about this is you can store it in the memory buttons, and then all you do is hit area, and then it'll give you how many square feet is in the living room. So we've got 227 square feet in the living room. I take my pen, I write that down, living room, 227 square feet, and it's 13 by 17. Now let's go ahead and do another room. Now we're in the family room, and I'm going to show you a few different types to measure. You don't have to use the electronic one. There's also a wheelie measure. This one's really good as well. And there's also a tape measure. And I'm going to show you how they both work. Now the wheelie measuring tape has a reset button. You push that, put it along the wall, and you just wheel it across the room to the edge of the carpet. Now that's 14 feet. Now another way you can measure rooms is using an old-fashioned measuring tape. This works great. You just take your measuring tape, put it at the edge of the wall, "17 feet," and this is a 25-footer. So I write on my invoice 14 by 17. And then you take your calculator and you do 14 times 17 equals 238 square feet. You write that in, and then you're going to total up the square feet at the end of your walkthrough so you can give the customer the price. Now what I love about my invoice is that I've got it set up where all I have to do is check off in the little box: living room, dining room, great room, office, master bedroom, master bath, master closet, bonus room, basement, bedroom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, closet 1, 2, 3, bath 1, 2, hallway 1, 2, small rug synthetic, large rug synthetic, small rug wool, large rug wool. I've got the prices here too. Stairs 12 to 16. If they have 15 stairs, I just circle it. Are we doing the top? Are we doing the full? Commercial, commercial, commercial. There's room so you can check off and you can write some notes. We also have sofa 1, sofa 2, sofa 3, synthetic, natural, specialty. Are we going to do a full clean or are we going to power vac it? We also have love seat 1, 2, 3, synthetic, natural, specialty. Same thing. It's got the prices, and it's also got whether we're going to be cleaning 2 sofas or 3 sofas, 1 love seat or 2. You just circle it. You've also got DuPont for your sofa, your love seat, your chair, and the prices. Chair, recliner, ottoman, sectional, dining room chairs, large and small. Leather sofa, leather love, leather chair, mattress king, mattress queen, mattress full, twin. Restretching, how much? Is it going to be a $150 job or a $529 job? Bonded inserts, bleach spots, pulled rows, flood damage. This flood damage is not guaranteed. The customer does not want to follow the IICRC standards. Can you please initial? Pad replacement, blowers. How many blowers did we drop off? Urine, pet damage, odor treatment, specialty stains, filtration soiling, autos, SUVs, RVs, boats. Repair, guaranteed for 90 days. This service is not guaranteed. Can you please sign? Some repairs, nobody would touch them in their right mind. It's got wood floors, what we charge, tile and grout, spot cleaners. How many would you like? It's also got a spot right here when you do estimates that this estimate's good for only 72 hours. Now why do we do that? Because we want the customer to know that there is a deadline to make a decision so we can start cleaning next week. This is a fantastic invoice, and it's also got pre-existing conditions: pet stains, food stains, beverage stains, pet spots, dye stains, plant stains, unknown, ripples, burns. So when you go to a customer's home and they have a burn spot in the middle of their family room, you want to write that down so that you don't get blamed for it. If you're interested in having an invoice like this, we have it on our website at carpetcleaningtradesecrets.com. You can just put your logo here, and it comes in a Word document so you can change it in any way. The reason that I like to use this is because when I give the customer any kind of discount, they can see that I have the real prices right here, so they know I'm not just making it up. This is a great tool for you to have. Plus, if you want to know what I charge, you want to get either the invoice, or if you really want to take it to the next level, get my Top Gun Holy Grail manual. It breaks down what to charge for specialty stains, pet damage, flood damage. It's an incredible tool that you can also change into your company. Everywhere where it's got my company, you just put in your company. So let's go ahead and continue with this walkthrough. Now when your customer takes you upstairs, you want to count the stairs as you're going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then you go to your invoice and you circle 13 steps. And I always recommend to the customer that we clean the full step. But if their carpet's really clean, you can just clean the top, but I always recommend the full step. Now let's take a look at the ink stain. Now this is a great technique to show the customer that you're concerned about their situation. And I recommend that you do this on every single stain in their entire home. This is going to show them that you really want to work hard and you're also setting them up for upsells and for them to recommend you to family and friends because they see that you're passionate about what you do. What you do is you carry some foil tabs in your pocket. I like the ones that have the foil on the front and the paper on the back so I can write on them. And I'll write down ink stain right on the foil tab so that they can see that I'm actually paying attention to what they're telling me, and I drop to my knee, and this is showing the customer a lot of respect. Now look at Liz. See how giant she looks right now? Don't you feel empowered when I'm down here like this? So what I've done is, instead of being towering over her, intimidating her, I'm actually bowing down to her saying, I'm willing to serve you, and I'm really concerned about your stain. And I always place it right over the stain. Now whenever you have an ink stain, you want to explain to the customer that you have a whole laboratory on your truck and you have an ink remover and you're going to do everything humanly possible to remove that. And I like to use PROCHEM products. They have a product called ink solvent. And so I'm going to attempt to put that on this stain right here, and we can remove this most of the time, but sometimes you have to do a bonded insert. You definitely want to get my Bonded Inserts DVD that shows you how to do bonded inserts from 1 inch to replacing half of a living room. It's an incredible DVD that will make you lots of money, and you'll be able to do a lot of good services out there for the customer that most guys won't be able to. Now Liz, that ink stain, how important is it for you to get it out? Because if I can't remove it, I can do a bonded insert, but that's an extra charge. So I just want to know how concerned about that ink stain you are.
Not that concerned.
Okay, so if I just do a fantastic cleaning and everything and it's still there, you're still going to love me and recommend our company?
Yes.
Okay. Remember, when you're dealing with any kind of stain out there, whether it's coffee, ink, red wine, vomit, urine, you name it, you want to do everything humanly possible to remove that with science, technology, and education. And if it doesn't come out, you want to make sure the customer's still going to be thrilled. That's why you want to make them aware of what you can do and what you can't do, and never guarantee or promise that you're going to remove that stain. You're just going to do the best you can. And most customers are going to go, hey, I understand if it doesn't come out, that we're okay with that. But then you can also recommend to them that you can do a repair. That's why I recommended my Bonded Insert DVD. The other thing too is, whenever you're being up front with the customer and explaining the situation, it's not an excuse at the end of the job. So let's say you did the entire job and you overpromised and underdelivered, or you just told them you're going to get it out, then you don't get it out, it becomes an excuse. So you want to make sure you share the right information with them right up front so the customer is aware and they have realistic expectations. This is the ABCs of carpet cleaning. If you want to learn how to get ink out, you're going to want to get my Specialty Stains DVD. Now we're coming up at the end of the walkthrough, but before you give the customer the price, you want to do a pre-inspection. Now why do you want to do this? Because you want to show the customer that you're not just any carpet cleaner, you're the carpet cleaner. So let me ask you some questions, Liz. When was the last time you had your carpets cleaned?
About a year ago.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Just so you know, according to the IICRC, EPA, Carpet Rug Institute, and your carpet manufacturers, they recommend that you get your carpets cleaned every 6 to 12 months. So you're right on track. If you have kids and pets, you really want to get it cleaned every 6 months. If it's just you and your husband, every 12 months. Now, the last professional cleaning, what process did they use? Did they do steam cleaning, hot water extraction, dry cleaning?
Hot water.
Hot water extraction, okay. And what's the age of your carpet?
10 years.
10 years old. It looks pretty good for 10 years old. Now, do you know whether it's nylon or wool polyester?
No.
You don't? Okay. Well, let's go do a test. Would you like to see it? Because I want to discover what kind of fiber you have so I can clean it properly. There's different processes for nylon and wool, or any kind of synthetic. Wool's a little bit different. We got to clean that different. So let's figure out what it is. I'm pretty sure it's synthetic, but I think you'll like these little tests that I'm going to do. So would you like to go see those?
Sure.
All right. Now for the test, we're going to need some fibers from their carpet. Now this is a great place to get it. Take a look at this. They've got their heating vent, and what you do is you just lift it, take your scissors, and along here you can cut all the fibers you need for any kind of test. You put the vent back, and you're good to go. Now, if they don't have a vent, you can get it from the edge of the carpet near the baseboard. They'll never miss it. So let's go show Liz what type of fiber she has. Now when you're doing the test, I recommend that you wear blue rubber gloves. It shows the customer that you're really professional, plus it also protects your hands. Take your foil tab and use some tweezers. Take your carpet fibers between the tweezers and lay it on the foil tab. Then you can use this fiber ID acid, and if it melts, then the carpet is nylon. If it doesn't, it's going to be a different type of fiber. So let's see what happens. You can take your scissors, your tweezers, and look at that, it melted. So what that means is you have 100% nylon carpet. That's pretty impressive, isn't it, Liz?
Yes.
Now, another test that you can do, if it doesn't melt, is you can take the fibers and you can put them in a little jar filled with water, and you can put them in, and if they float, they're olefin. If they sink, they're polyester. But we already know this carpet fiber is nylon. So take a look at these other tests that you can do too that work just as well. Now, do you think I could have used smaller tweezers? You betcha, but aren't these impressive?
Yeah.
So you want to show the customer that you have the ultimate tools, because every chance you have to impress the customer is going to make her believe in the quality of your work even more. And then she's got friends and family that said, hey, I need my carpets cleaned too, so tell me how he does, and then I'll use them. Isn't that usually how it works?
Yes.
Cool. The other thing too is with the foil tab, you want to make sure with this acid that you dispose of it right away, because it's very dangerous. You don't want to leave this around for kids or pets to touch, because it could hurt them. And never leave that acid in your pocket. Always keep in your clipboard, because you don't want to get a burn in your skin. Can I throw this away in your garbage can? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. The carpet fibers are nylon, so write that on your invoice. You have nylon carpet fibers. I love nylon because it cleans up really well, and when I use my hot water extraction at 230 degrees, it resets the memory in the fibers. Plus, you can dye it if it got bleached, and it's just my favorite carpet. So honestly, your carpet's fantastic. A lot of times people think they have like a builder grade carpet, that their carpet's not quality. That's not true. I've seen builder grade carpet last longer, look better than some of your high-end carpets out there. The other thing too is, whenever you're dealing with your customer, you always want to look them in the eyes. That's important, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The other thing is that you want to give your customer choices. You can't just lock them into one price or one way of doing things. So I always let them know that I can move all of your furniture, and that's what I recommend, is that we move all your furniture, because there's pollutants underneath there that you maybe haven't gotten to with your vacuum cleaner, and I just want to make sure when I leave here that it's an incredible, healthy environment for you. I'm more than just a carpet cleaner, I'm a home environment technician, and so are you. So the type of furniture that we move is, we move dining room chairs, dining tables, sofas, chairs, we move nightstands, lamps, anything that I can physically move, but we don't move pianos or china hutches or big electronic cabinets. So use your common sense when you're out there moving furniture. We don't move beds without an extra charge. We charge extra for those beds. So what I would recommend is that you let me move all your furniture so you can have a first-class cleaning experience. Or if the customer doesn't want to have all the furniture moved, you can just clean around it, but just make sure when you're cleaning around the furniture, you get under everything the best you can. You stay away from wood areas, because if you go too close to a wood leg, it can end up bleeding into the carpet and causing a wood stain, like from a dining room table or a roll-top desk, and you don't want to cause secondary damage. So I always recommend that anything that's wood or metal, you stay about an inch away from with the moisture, and then go up close and dry back it when you do your extraction stroke, but don't over wet it. The other thing too is that moving furniture costs more. So they may not want to pay that price, so you may have to clean around the furniture to get it to the price that they're comfortable with. And that's the one thing, is you want your customers to not feel high pressured, you want them to feel comfortable and want you back in their home. So I'm going to give Liz the price, and then we're going to get started on cleaning everything. If you want to know what I charge, don't forget to get my invoice and my Top Gun Holy Grail manual. Okay, now we're going to get started cleaning, and I'm going to show you all the different steps, and they do make a difference. If you try to take any of these steps and think you can just cut corners, it doesn't work. Hey, Frank.
Hi, George.
How you doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Great to see you. This is Liz's husband, Frank. He's one of our favorite customers, and we're so thankful that you let us film this here so that other carpet cleaners can learn the ABCs of carpet cleaning.
Are you kidding? Thank you. You know, my daughter's getting married in a couple of weeks, and cleaning the house and all, getting it all done is just a perfect idea. I was on a job, I just left, came home just to see what you guys were doing, and I want to tell you, I just gave George a referral on this job. I told him that the house is in film for a DVD and stuff like that, and she says, I need my carpets cleaned. I said, you need to call Checkmate. And she says, are you sure? I says, I can trust Checkmate. I can tell you, I'm in business, he's in business. Anytime we give referrals, it has to work. And I can always trust George and his business to do that and to stand up and make me look good. And that's what you need to do, is make sure your business looks good, so when someone refers you, you make them look good.
So that is important to the customer.
Oh my goodness.
This is going across the world. We actually have people buying these DVDs in other countries. So for the brand new guy or the guy that invested in this DVD, what advice do you have to them to really impress the customers out there? Because I know we've done some things to impress you, and I know that that would really probably inspire them and share an insight to what the customer is looking for, so that they can get more referrals, because that is so much better than advertising, is getting referrals from customers, so you have word of mouth.
I would say the most important thing is to be professional. George taught me to pull my van up in front of a house so people can see it. They want to see a company. They don't want to see a sloggy guy coming in with 3 days of growth of beard and smelling like whatever he smells like. You want to be professional. You want to do your work well. If you get to a situation that you don't know exactly what to do not fake it. Get an answer and solve the problem. Let the customer walk away with a good feeling, saying, you know what, that guy didn't know exactly how to solve it, but he called somebody and told them before he did it. And I so much more appreciate that. You know, being in the carpet cleaning business, is a little I've watched you. You guys are chemists. It's more than just pulling out a carpet shampooer anymore. It's, you have to know your business, and if you know your business and learn your business, always be learning your business, and be professional. Absolutely be professional. If you're professional, do it well. Look at the customer side. Well, what should I be doing for the customer? If I were the customer, how would I want it to look? Am I protecting their house? Am I protecting their furniture? Would they trust me alone with their belongings? If you think that way, you'll always have business.
Liz is a little more shy than Frank, so I know I can count on Frank to really give you some good information. He's a man of integrity. He just came home for lunch, so why don't you go in and have lunch, and I'm going to clean everything and make sure when you get done it's spick and span.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Frank. Now, before you come to any job when you're getting started in the morning, you want to make sure you stock your van and you have everything that you need. The last thing you want to do is get to a job and be able to remove a simple stain, but you don't have that product. So I always make sure that I've got my main products that I like to use, which is Coffee Tannin and Spotter by PROCHEM, Power Solvent, Paint, Oil, and Grease Remover, and Protein Stain Remover. Citrus Gel, and Zoop, and I like rust remover. I make sure that I've got plenty of that product before I get to the job. You also want to make sure that your van is nice and neat so you can bring the customer out and say, there's a lot of companies out there that really don't care about quality work, and what I would recommend is that you take a look inside their van and see if things are duct taped together or if fast food falls out. Come look at my van. We make sure that we clean it every morning to make a really good image and first impression. I also carry an entire laboratory of everything that I need, so any situation I come across. So if they had foaming up suds in the hallway from their washing machine, I've got a defoamer. If they've got wine, I got a wine remover. If they've got coffee, I got a coffee remover. If they've got wool, I've got the right cleaner to clean wool. And so there's a lot of different cleaners out there that you're going to use when you're doing carpet cleaning. And I always explain to the customers, we don't use cheap, inferior chemicals. We use top-notch cleaners. Because if you use top-notch cleaners, you're going to do a better job and you can charge more. So that's why I like to use PROCHEM products. So I'm going to clean this entire home using heat wave, and then if it was wool, I would use all fiber deep clean. So if you're unsure which products to use, hey, this is all 100% real jobs. We just had a landscaper go by. If you're unsure which products to use, you're going to want to get all of my DVDs because I show you how to handle specialty stains, I show you how to handle carpet repairs, and I have another DVD that's called Secret Recipes, How to Properly Mix and Dilute Chemicals. That shows you how to properly mix them, and also it shows you secret recipes how to super boost your cleaners out there so you can even be better than your competition. So let's go ahead and go into the home and pre-vacuum. Whenever you take any of your tools into the home, you want to make sure that you wipe them down. So I like to keep rags in the back of my van. You don't want to go in with dirty products because it's just showing the customer you really don't care. So I always wipe down everything to make a good first impression when the customer sees my equipment. So let's go ahead and pre-vacuum. Our next step is to pre-vacuum. You want to pre-vacuum thoroughly because you can remove a lot of loose soil before you clean. So that's what I'm going to do next, is I'm going to pre-vacuum. Now we're going to move furniture. When you're moving furniture, you want to use common sense. You want to think, what furniture do I want to move to make sure this job turns out spectacular? How am I going to set up the stage for me to be able to clean everything and make it easy on me? These are great products to use, furniture sliders and a furniture jack. This saves your back. You might be big and strong, but you want to work smart and not hard. So you don't want to go out there constantly lifting everything using your back because it will end up causing damage down the road long term. So I'm going to show you how these products work. With the coffee table, it's easy just to lift it and put the furniture slider underneath the leg. You do it on both sides, and this is working smart. Now, I can move this coffee table wherever I want easily. So if I want to clear out an entire room, I can do that. Don't be afraid to move people's furniture into the kitchen. They want you to do good work. Right, Liz?
Right.
Can I move this in your kitchen?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to move this in your kitchen. What I like to do personally is I like to move everything, get it all out of my way so I can focus on my carpet, so I can make it my masterpiece. So I always talk to the customers and I say, hey, is it okay if I put everything into your kitchen and then I can either leave it there if you'd like, or I can put it back, foil tab it, and foam block it. Whichever the customer is comfortable with. Because if we can actually leave it in the kitchen, then the carpet's going to be able to dry evenly and it's going to turn out even better. If we have to walk on it and put everything back in place, that's okay too. You just want to make sure that you're doing what the customer wants you to do. It's really easy to just pick this kind of stuff up and put it in the kitchen. I'll be right back. Moving furniture is simple. Just remember, every house is different. So sometimes you're going to be at a house and you're just going to move the furniture, clean under it, put it back, foil tab it, foam block it. Sometimes if you have the opportunity, what I like to do is I like to put the furniture sliders under all the heavy furniture, slide it all to one side of the room so I have an empty room and I can clean it really good. Then what I'll do is I'll slide everything back, foil tab it, foam block it, furniture jack and put sliders under the other side of the room's furniture, slide that to this side, clean over there, put it back, foil tab it, foam block it, whatever I got to do. And it sounds like a lot of work, and it is, but it's really easy to do. Or what you can do is you can put those furniture sliders underneath your furniture using the furniture jack. See how easy that is? I'm just putting my body weight on it and saving my back. Piece of cake. Anybody could do this. Now you can get these products at your local supply company. If you can't get them at your local supply company, just email me and you can get them at mine. Now what you can do is, like I was talking about, is take this upholstery, come in, put sliders under everything, anything that's light, move it out into the kitchen. All the heavy stuff, just slide it over there. Or you can just slide out the sofa, pre-vacuum, hot water extract, and slide the sofa back into place, and then foam block it. Easy enough. Now in the dining room, what you want to do is you want to take all of the chairs and put them in the kitchen or somewhere where they're out of your way. You put your furniture sliders under the dining room table, and you can slide it into the other room and just move all the small pieces, anything that's easily moved by either furniture sliders or physically moving them. And then you have a nice area that you can focus on cleaning. And then you do all the steps that I've already showed you. So that's what you're going to do in here. So I'm going to move these dining room chairs into the kitchen. Now you want to use common sense. You're smart. So when you're in the home, every single place you're going to go is a little bit different. They have it decorated different. Some people have modern furniture. Some people have Southwestern furniture. Everybody's unique. But in this room here, what I wouldn't move is the bed. But I would try to get under the bed the best as possible. If they have any comforters or sheets that are on the ground, you want to make sure that you tuck them in so that they don't get any moisture on them. And then in this room here, what I would do is I would move this nightstand, clean under it, foam block it. And then I would leave that, I wouldn't move that, and any of the other small pieces that I could move physically or slide, I'm going to move them, clean under them, put them back, foam block them, or foil tab. And it's going to turn out fantastic for this customer. Another thing you might want to recommend to the customer is that you can either power back their mattress or hot water extract it. That's a great upsell. Like I was saying, every room is different, every situation is different. Some rooms you're just going to go around the bed in a horseshoe area and just clean as much of the carpet as you can. If there's pieces you can move, you want to move them. But you want to make sure that the customer understands it's an extra charge for moving furniture and it's this price, or you can just go around the furniture and they can move all the light stuff out of the way for you and it's this price. So it really depends on the job. So in this room here, I would move anything that's light and just go around the bed in a U shape, and recommend to them you could also clean the mattress. Now we need to connect the water hose to the home faucet and then connect the other end to the truck mount machine. So let's do that. This situation's a little different. Normally they just have a faucet that's easy to hook up. I had to bring their hose from around the corner there to this hose, and then on the other end I connected the water hose to the machine before I turn it on. So now I'm going to go turn on the faucet. At the other end of their hose was this sprayer. I took it off. So make sure when you take stuff like this off, you put it back, because they're going to go to use their hose, and if it's not on there, they're going to know you took it off, and they're not going to appreciate that. You want to leave a really good lasting impression for that customer. So I'm going to turn on the water. Now every van out there has a different setup. I like mine this way, so you got to decide how you like yours. I also have a rack in there that holds 2 commercial blowers. So I try to use the space and make it as functional as possible for myself so that it's really simple for me to get the tools that I need to go in there and do a great job for the customer. The easier you make it on yourself, the more energy that you're going to have to put into your work. On the back, I've got a pump out hose reel. So all I do is I grab my pump out hose, and I'll show you exactly where to put this. Now this is the other end of my pump out hose, and you want to look around the house and find the sewer clean out. It looks just like this. And sometimes you have to take pliers to get the top off, but this one I can twist right off, and then you stick the hose down as far as you can get it, maybe about 3 or 4 feet would be fine, and then that's where your dirty water is going to go. There's also other places you can put the pump out hose as well. You can put it in the washing machine drain. You can also stick it down the toilet if they have a toilet on the bottom floor. But you better make sure you put something heavy on the toilet seat so the pump out hose doesn't pop out and you're upstairs cleaning. Can you imagine the mess and nightmare? It's happened before. Also, you can put it in some states, you might want to check with your city, in the bushes. The places you can't put it is in the street. You'll get a fine for that because it goes into the water supply. You never want to put your pump out anywhere where it's going to burn the grass. That's happened many times. You're going to end up having to put sod in for that customer to make them happy. So make sure your pump out doesn't have a really big kick to it. Our pump out has a serious kick to it because it really pumps out. So if we put it in the bushes, we have to put a 10-pound weight. You know, a 10-pound weight, it's got a circle in the middle. We put the hose through it, lay the 10-pound weight on it, doesn't move anywhere. So let's keep going. Now you put the other end of your pump out hose on your pump out. I like to keep a cap on my pump out because that's the dirty water. Take the other end, tighten it. Don't lose this cap because you don't want the dirty water just coming out constantly while you're driving. At the end of each job, I put the cap back. Before every job, before you start, you want to make sure that you change your waste basket. Get all of the carpet fibers and everything you collected from your previous jobs out before you start your day. You want to make sure you have maximum suction. Put it into a plastic bag, so I would recommend you carry some plastic bags on your truck. And get it all cleaned up. Don't leave any of this on their driveway, and then you can spray it down afterwards. Then you can spray it down. Now these are 2 hoses I highly recommend that you get. This one is a short hose, so you can put your hot water into your 5-gallon cleaner jug. This is a great hose, so you can connect it to your machine, put your stair tool, upholstery tool, or your wand at the end of it, and you can make sure that you have your flow meter for your cleaner at the right level. This is a must-have, and so is this. The other thing that I recommend is that you get one of these. It's got a female quick disconnect at the other end, and then it's got a valve to control your water. So you can take your water off of your machine, put it at the other end, so if you get thirsty, you can drink. Plus, when you put your heat wave into your 5-gallon jug, you don't want to fill it up with straight hot water from the machine because it'll melt some of the washers inside. So what I'll do is my first job, when my machine hasn't been running at all, I'll put the amount of scoops that I need into the jug, which a 5-gallon jug takes 10 scoops. So if you have like half or a third of heat wave left, you got to determine how many scoops you need to put in there. So I'll put the amount of scoops that I need, and then I'll just fill it up with the straight hot water right when I fire up the machine, and I won't melt anything. But sometimes you have a big enough job that you go through this container and you have to fill it up again. So what you do is you put about maybe a third of it with hot water, because now it's going to be really hot from your machine running for a while, so it'll melt the heat wave. And then you take this off your machine, drop it inside. Oops, you take this out, drop it inside, and then you can fill it up with cold water so that when it's running through your solution, you're not melting anything. Another great tip for you is get one of these oil funnels that's really thick, cut it off, and then you can use it like this to put your heat wave or your dry slurry or your Axiom line, which is a great product. That reminds me of something. There's a lot of people out there that are looking for green products. So you want to make sure you have the Axiom line, the green products, on your truck as well for those people. It's a fantastic product. So I'm going to take my heat wave scoop, and I'm thinking I'm going to need about 6 scoops to be at 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how simple that is? These are great tips for you. I highly recommend that you get these if you don't have them already. Now I'm going to take my pre-spray, go in there and pre-spray the carpet. So let's go ahead and do that. If you want to know how to properly mix things, remember, get my secret recipes, how to properly mix and dilute chemicals. Now let's get our solution hose to go in and pre-spray. I like to wrap it up and walk it in so it's really easy to control. So I'll fit as much of the solution hose I can to carry it. Sometimes the quick disconnect comes undone. Reattach it. So you get about this much. Give a jerk on the wheel and you can just walk it right in. Come in with your solution hose and then lay it on the carpet. It's that simple. Now I highly recommend that you show the customer how much you care by using corner guards. You want to place them in strategic areas. It's really important to use these so you don't tear up the corners of your customer's house. So I would get like 2 or 3 of these. One more really great tip. When you're cleaning upholstery and the carpet, you want to clean the upholstery first. So that way, if you get any water or cleaner on the carpet, it's not going to matter, because then you can move the furniture off into the kitchen, clean the carpet, put the furniture back, foil tab it, or foam block it, and then you're golden.
Now, if you want to take it to the next level, you want to get my Upholstery Cleaning DVD. I show you how to clean from synthetic to natural upholstery. There's so many different ways to do it, and you want to be an expert in every situation. So this is money well spent.
So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move all the furniture the way that I like to move it. You're not going to see it because I can't show you everything for the purpose of this video. It'd be too difficult, but you get the idea, don't you? Then the next step, what we're going to do is pre-spot, pre-spray, pre-agitate, and then hot water extract. So let's keep on moving.